How you going everyone? Steve here. Well, I've got another video for you today. I'm going to review what's in this box here. So let's get to where we've got to get going and we'll show you what's in it. Okay, we've just pulled up. We've been travelling on the road. Just going to air down because we're going to do a bit of dirt road driving. So just grab me Indy float out of here. So this is my Indy float. I have a previous video on it if you want to have a look at it. It's a great little product, but just going to grab it and air down. If you want to check out that video, you can see how I do it, but it's just a matter of pulling it out and hooking it up. I might just quickly show you and show you how it's hooked up and how we let the air out of the tyres. Okay, we've got the Indy float out. We've just got it hooked up here. I've got one hooked on this tyre, one hooked on the other tyre, so it's just a matter of going over to the unit and I'll show you that now. So here's the unit here, hooked it up on the tyres. All we've got to do, you can see here, both tyres are at about 40 psi. So you've just got to pull down on this. Let the air out. Pull it back down to check it. And that'll deflate both tyres at once. So you've got one cord there, one over here onto this tyre, and that's deflating both tyres at once. So a great little product. Have a look at my previous video if you want to have a look at it. And about it. So we'll just get onto the trucks now. Just got to keep letting some more air out, get them down to about 22 psi, and we can get onto the trucks that we want to drive on. Okay, we've just got to where we were going and we've pulled up and we've had our tyres aired down because we've been driving on a bit of dirt road, and now we want to air back up again because we want to hit the blacktop up there on the road, and we don't want to be driving around on low pressure tyres. You're going to do damage to them. So what I've opted for is an ARB compressor, a single compressor. I've got it in the back of the car here, so we'll just have a look at it and tell you what I think. And I'll also give you a demonstration on how to hook it up and how it works. Let's have a look. Okay, here it is here, the ARB compressor. It's in a nice little, well, it's in a great carry box. Really hard, solid, little handle, orange, grey, so you can see where it is. Just it's got a few scuff marks on it because it just lives in the back of the truck there, and what I like about it is portable. I did look around a fair bit, thought about putting one underneath the engine bay, but I've already got a dual battery in there. The car's pretty crammed as it is, so I didn't really want to stick it in there anywhere, so I opted for the portable one. The reason I got this one is because I thought about getting the dual one. I'm not doing a lot of airing down and airing up, so I didn't really think it warranted that, so I just went with the single one. I haven't heard too many bad reviews about it. I think I watched a review that Seek Adventure did a while back on it. He had his for over 7 years before it started failing on him, and it was only a relay in it or something. He had a few minor problems with hose fittings, things like that, just with heat, stuff like that, which can happen to any compressor, but overall the ARB one's got a pretty good name. I have got another one here. This is the first one I bought when I first started getting in. When I bought the four-wheel drive, I thought I need a compressor, and this was the one here. I'll just show you quickly. I've still got it. So this one here I bought from a hardware store actually, Lion. I think I bought it from Mitre 10. It's a twin compressor, very noisy. I fitted an Anderson plug to the end of it because I took off the cigarette lighter socket. Now, had to do a trip in it there once, and I actually had changed my car around and I didn't actually have an Anderson socket that I could plug it into, so I was carrying around a lead with a Anderson socket and a cigarette lighter socket plug. And I had a cigarette lighter socket plug in the side of the car here. I plugged this in to air up, and after about 15 minutes it stopped working. And it was actually that the cigarette lighter socket plug was drawing too much power. Well, this was drawing too much power and it actually melted the end of the socket. So that was the end of that. So I thought that was when I made the decision that I just wanted to go with something a little bit more reliable. This one was very slow, took a long time to blow the tyres up, and that was probably why it was overheating. So I'll give you a look at this one now. I'll open it up, I'll bring the camera over here and we'll have a closer look at it. Okay, we'll just open up the clips and we'll show you inside. So inside here, I've still got the original box that come with all the accessories in here. So you get this little box, comes with your warranty, everything like that. You get this hose here, which is actually long enough to go around to all the tyres on the car if you hook it up to the main battery in the front of the car. So it's got all the ARB size fittings on it, so they all clip in together. So obviously this piece goes in there and just clips in there like that. Still got a bit of air in that from the last time I've used it. Also in the box in here you get a little box with some little fittings. Looks like a ball plug, just some tubes for from blowing up a mattress or something like that. And also you get the quick release hose fitting. These are really great because, I mean, you see those ones you got to screw onto the thing, they take forever. These here just clip on and do that. I don't actually use that though because I had this at home. They don't come with an air monitor, so I clip this onto the hose and I clip that onto the tyre, so it's got the same clip as like you find in a service station. So that's great, gives you exact pressure. You don't have to be taking it off and putting another one back on again. Then what else you have is your two alligator clamps. So they just clip onto your battery. Red for positive, black for neutral. If you don't know that, you shouldn't be using it. So in here is a 40 amp fuse. So that's it there. Just make sure you do carry a spare one of these. You never know, you might have you know, a surge or electrical fault and this blows and you haven't got it, so overheat, something like that. I do carry one in here, so well, I actually got it in here, I forgot to pull it out, it's underneath there, so that's it there. So just make sure you carry a spare one of those around. So they're always handy to have fuses for anything, you know, electrical, your fridge, whatever, when you're travelling, because if you're out in the middle of nowhere, you blow a fuse in your fridge cord, you're stuffed or your food goes off. So that's it there. Great little product. I'll just show you, I'll bring the camera down here and we'll show you a bit closer inside. Okay, this is inside it here. So as I said, all these cords and everything just fit neatly in here. This thing here sits in there as well, and then that box I had fits in there. If I get it, yeah, it just fits in there like that, and then the lid can still go down. So this is the compressor here. I'll just take these out again. So that cord's plenty long enough to hang all the way down. Let's get everything out of the road. Okay, so you got your quick release fitting here. got your compressor motor and everything here, and this is the motor that runs the compressor. You just got a clip there that's clipping the motor to the wiring. Up here you got your on-off switch, and it does have a little light in it that comes on. So there's actually what I paid for it, $441. Bought this a while back, but great little unit. Like I said, it's great for just you know, having in the back of the car, because if you do go somewhere, you go with a mate or something, and you haven't got he hasn't got a compressor, at least you've got one. You can put it on any car, so well worth getting. Now let's have a look at how it hooks up to the front of the car and check that out. Okay, we're at the front of the car here now, so we'll just open her up, take that out, we'll hook this up. Pull this out, hook that up ready. Just make sure it's switched off so it doesn't kick in, and we'll hook these up. So just make sure you put the red on the red and the black on the black, and then you should be right to go. Okay, we've got it hooked up, so all we've got to do, move this out of the road, take the valve back off again, put this on. I'll have a quick look at it. Yeah, so it's only at 20 psi, so we'll switch her on. So it just cuts in, just put a bit of air in the line. It's just a matter blowing it up. So I'll just have a look at the meter and I'll show you what it's at. So as you can see, I hope you can see, it's at about 22 psi. So we'll just switch her on. So it doesn't really take that long to blow up. So from 22 psi, that is nearly up to 30 now. Now it's just about on 30. Now I might just show you something while I'm doing this now. Now if you were running this off your car battery normally, this is my second battery as I said over here, but if you were running this off your car battery, you'd want to start your motor because you're going to flatten that battery. The reason I haven't started it, because I know I've got my solar running and it's going into my DC to DC charger right there, and it's actually charging the battery just like the car's running. I'll just show you inside in here. It's up to 13, putting 13 volts in at the moment, so we're parked in the shade here a little bit, but just remember to start the motor on your car. So she's at 30 psi. Okay, that's at 36 psi. So I can put them up to 40, but it's too bloody rough. I've had these tyres on here, they've still got half the tread still on them. I've had these have done 67,000 kilometres, and I've run them at about 36 psi when I'm just driving around town on them. They aren't wearing hardly at all, so they've been a great tyre. Okay, that's all done, so just got to take that off. It's at 36 psi. Put the valve cap back on and go around and do the rest of the tyres. So I won't show you the rest, but it's a great little product. Like you can see, I've been talking and carrying on for a few minutes there now, just showing you a few things, but that literally only took a minute and a half if I would have left my finger on the button. So you can go around and do 4 tyres and you got them done within 8 minutes or so, I suppose, 10 minutes. It's not long, so well worth buying. It's a great little compressor and there's actually no heat or that in that at all. So thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out, and if you want me to do anything different, I'd like to see anything different, you might have noticed at the start of the video I've sort of got rid of that opening scene that I've been putting in lately. I don't know whether you want to see it or not. If you do, let me know. If you don't, tell me. Any suggestions you can have, whether you want me to dress up different, wear a tutu, whatever. Nothing too silly, but I really appreciate it. Thanks very much, and we'll see you on the next one.